latest name and breaking news for the Houston Texans continues. Offensive coordinator search. Here we go. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of TheLead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. You won't find anybody with more passion speaking about your favorite Houston sports teams than this guy right here. Astros, Rockets, Texans. I try to do it all. So go down in the comment section. Y'all let me know, man. How are y'all feeling about the latest offensive coordinator search? The Houston Texans have interviewed former Houston Texan quarterback, by the way, but former NFL quarterback Thad Lewis,
Who?
for the vacant offensive coordinator position. Ladies and gentlemen, Thad Lewis, who is currently on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers staff. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as we know, they're going to have a new offensive coordinator relatively soon, considering that Liam Cohen is now the head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Thad Lewis, we don't know what his status is with retaining on the Bucs staff. We won't know. Potentially maybe an inside hire for the Bucs, someone else, and maybe he stays on. But they've been interviewing a lot of guys outside of the organization. So nobody is safe on the offensive staff for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Thad Lewis comes over to Houston for an interview for the vacant OC job. And look, we can slice this any which way we want to, but the way I am slicing this whole is this right here continues. Ladies and gentlemen, this continues to point the directions to Chip Kelly. The Houston Texans, in my opinion, are getting Chip Kelly for offensive coordinator. And what does Thad Lewis have in common this time when it comes to Chip Kelly? Well, he played under Chip Kelly in 2015 with the Philadelphia Eagles. He also followed him to the San Francisco 49ers in 2016 when Chip Kelly was also the head coach. Spoke very highly of Chip Kelly. I have a quote right here, and this was in 2016. Thad Lewis, just talking about the new head coach, Chip Kelly, says, obviously, I made an impression on him and he made an impression on me because I kind of liked the offense and how he did things. I respect him as a coach. Obviously, I looked for that again when I had an opportunity to come to San Francisco. Thad Lewis speaking extremely highly of Chip Kelly, something that he was looking for on his search for a new team, and spoke very highly of him about the offense as well. Says his people skills are great. That was reference to what was rumored back then, Chip Kelly being a guy that was very authoritarian in his style of coaching. But ladies and gentlemen, he is not here to be a head coach. He is here to be an offensive coordinator. And DeMeco Ryans and the Houston Texans, they are not going to let Chip Kelly, they're not going to let him slide with disrespecting players or being, for lack of a better term, mean to any of the players on this team. We all saw how they treated Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson was gone after the wild card round of the playoffs because he was upset about his targets. DeMeco Ryan said, nah, you are not going to destroy this locker room. You are not going to hurt the family environment that is in here in Houston. So back to the Thad Lewis thing. Here we go. 2015, 2016, he has been played under Chip Kelly. Immediately after his playing career is done, he goes straight to UCLA in 2018 to start his coaching career under head coach Chip Kelly. The connections are everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. All of the arrows continue to point. My maps are leading me to one destination, the Houston Texans. Their map is leading them to one destination. And ladies and gentlemen, to me, in my humble opinion, that destination is Chip Kelly for offensive coordinator. This is going to happen because it is not coincidental that they have now interviewed Thad Lewis and Jeff Nixon, and both guys immediately have a drawn correlation to what could be your future offensive coordinator in Chip Kelly. I think both of these guys are potential staff members for Chip Kelly. Or you can have the other end of this conversation and just say that maybe they cannot. And by they, I mean the Texans. Maybe the Texans can't get Chip Kelly. Maybe it's not happening and they are searching for guys that run a similar scheme around him. I can't take credit for that idea. Shout out to Corey Barrett from the group chat. Make sure y'all follow him. Great follow on Twitter. I'll show his profile right now. He's the one that came up with the idea, and I have to say I agree with him as well too. I can see both sides of the conversation here. I can see what he's trying to spit there, but I do believe that the arrows are really pointing towards Chip Kelly being the offensive coordinator. I think Thad Lewis, Jeff Nixon, both guys have connections. Thad Lewis was with the Buccaneers in 2024, and currently on this Buccaneers staff, you have a tight ends coach in Justin Peel, who was with Chip Kelly from 2013 to 2015 as a coach underneath Chip Kelly. So there you go, another connection right there. So again, Texans fans, ultimately, Thad Lewis is being interviewed for offensive coordinator. Not a lot around him. Been playing around the NFL for many, many years, and a former Houston Texan at that. Has connections to Chip Kelly. Jeff Nixon has connections to Chip Kelly. This is ultimately exciting, and I think the move is Chip Kelly to Houston. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.